here at the Pigeon Forge Public Library, and we are here at the 2025 Pigeon Forge Pottery Collectors Group. Today is Saturday, August 9th, 2025, and we are going to talk to some of the collectors in the group and just kind of see how they got started. What do they like about Pigeon Forge Pottery? Everybody has their own little stories. So I'm going to walk around and do some talks with some of the collectors. I hope you enjoy. So we're here with Allison Burnett, who is the original founder of the Pigeon Forge Pottery Collectors Group. So tell us how you got started.
Well, I got started because I had written books for local East during Tennessee potteries, and I kept having people ask me if I would do a book on Pigeon Forge pottery. I said, well, I don't know anything about it, and so I don't know that I could be much of a help. But after being asked so many times, we started researching it and traveling here to Pigeon Forge and Sevierville area and just asking people, trying to ask local people what they knew, who they knew. We finally got to go to one employee's home and talk to her and interview her, which really helped a lot. I showed her my manuscript at the time, and she was able to fix some things that weren't right and correct the things that I needed done. And we got to see her collection, and she shared a lot with us. And it just kind of grew from there. We spent a lot of time in Indiana and Ohio photographing collections. There's a big concentration of the pottery found in those areas.
Really? So
Yeah.
it's not just an East Tennessee thing. It's popular in other places too.
Most of it was carried away from East Tennessee.
From visitors.
For visitors.
Gotcha.
And so you don't really find a lot in this area, although it does come out of the woodwork every once in a while.
Yeah. So what? So you started the collectors group just because of your personal interest in it, and then
Well, after the book came out, people were wanting to meet each other, and I thought, well, why don't we just try to have a show and sale for anyone who wants to show their collections or anyone who might want to sell their collections. And that's how we got started. And so we had it at a local motel, and it worked out really good. We had great turnout, and we had a lot of vendors, and it has grown from there.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Do you know kind of a rough estimate of how many people are in the collectors group now?
Well, we have over 1,000 on our Facebook
that's
site.
Awesome. Okay.
And we have about 400 people actively engaged in the site.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
do you have any particular pieces that you like or like to collect?
well, I like the animals personally, and which we call the critters, and I also like the miniatures, the little ones that are 2 inches or less. Those are kind of my favorites.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
I
you.
think your mama just went over there and started talking to somebody, but your mom's also part of it, Sue.
Yes.
And she enjoys collecting as well.
She does.
Yeah, and comes to all the shows with you, so
Yes.
we appreciate it. Well, thank you for all your hard work and for starting this group. Now,
thank-
it's free to be in the group, right?
Absolutely. There's
okay.
no charge whatsoever.
Okay.
And
And
thanks
it's just
to,
people interested?
yes,
Okay.
and thanks to the Pigeon Forge Public Library for allowing us to set up for the last 2 years. I think it's a great location, a great area, and we appreciate the support.
Well, we appreciate having you guys here. We love it. It's just the perfect place right here in the heart of Pigeon Forge to have Pigeon Forge Pottery. So
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate
you.
talking to us.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, so this is Amy Rogers Ridge Roach, and she is one of our Pigeon Forge Pottery collectors. Can you tell me a little bit about how you got started collecting Pigeon Forge pottery?
Well, the way I got started was that I've been raised in this area all my life and finally got a home in Pigeon Forge that's just down the street from the original pottery, which is now the Pigeon River Pottery, but there was pottery made there from the 40s until the, I guess, about late 90s. That was the Pigeon Forge pottery. And so now it's vintage pottery. And when we got our home in Pigeon Forge, we just had to have some of the Pigeon Forge pottery. Although I had never been in the pottery before I discovered it moving up here.
Well, your home is sort of kind of down on that end of town.
Yes.
Kind of in the old mill area.
Right.
So that's kind of natural for you to have some Pigeon Forge pottery in your
Oh, yeah.
home.
I just didn't know that I was going to have so much of it.
Yeah.
that I thought, oh, I need to decorate my house with some of this local pottery.
Yeah.
And so now that's been going on for about 8 years, and I'm just really loving it.
What do you like about it? Do you like the history? Do you like certain pieces, colors? What is it that you like about it?
Well, I love the history about it, that it was here done out of the natural clay of Pigeon Forge that they started. So I got interested in collecting those older pieces that you could tell were the natural clay. And then recently I really love all of the bowls and different kinds of dishware. And that's what I've been focusing on in my home. Is as I get older, I just want to have the pieces I use them for serving pieces.
And I think that's a great idea. The first pieces that the Fergusons put out were utilitarian pieces that you could use every day. So I think that's a great idea.
And that I'm focusing on that. I love the vases, all kinds of vases, especially the weed pots. I don't have any of those here, but I'm really getting more into just the utilitarian pieces. The figures are so beautiful too.
They really are. They really are. And this one is kind of unusual. It's one of my favorite wildflowers in the park, the lady slipper.
Right.
And I know that it's part of the orchid family, I think. No, yeah. But that style with that design on the front is kind of hard to find.
Yeah.
So that's really beautiful. And you've already sold that today. So that's been a good day.
I barely got in the door.
But you have got some beautiful stuff. So thank you so much for talking to us.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed it.
Good, thanks. This is Dee Dee Trinham, one of the Pigeon Forge Pottery collectors, and we are standing next to her table here. She has some beautiful pieces. So tell us how you kind of got started. You have some interesting stories about how you started collecting.
Well, thank you. One of the very first pieces I taught school at Pigeon Forge Primary, and I had a student bring in a piece, and it looks like it was like a sample piece. It looks like a toothbrush holder. But I was using it as a pencil holder.
Good
but
idea.
We've never seen one like it. So it was kind of a very unique piece, which I didn't know at the time. I just thought it was really neat.
Yeah.
And I've always loved the bears.
Yes.
So that was kind of what I got started. And I like the different glazes.
Okay.
That's on the,
Yes.
like this one. See, here's 5 different glazes on these are the honeymoon bears. And so I really like those. And then one of my favorites is the animals.
I love the animals too.
So
Yes.
I was lucky enough to get a fox, which is very neat. And I love the groundhog was the later one to get. And then the big owls.
That's beautiful.
I love those.
How tall is that owl? He's probably
That is
12 inches maybe?
Maybe, yeah. I
Yeah.
was thinking, yeah. Because I think these are considered 6, so that's probably 12.
Okay.
And then, like I said, these are cottage cheese bowls, and I really like the different glazes. I mean, here's 6 different glazes, and I'm sure there's a lot more. And this piece was actually done by Jane Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
And I was in school with her at Sevier County High School, so we knew each other.
Okay, so the Fergusons had 4 daughters, and Jane kind of went on to also become a potter, and follow in her father's
I think
footsteps.
she was the youngest.
Okay.
Yes. And I like the blues.
I love the
Those are
blues,
very
too. Those are
pretty.
beautiful.
And I love the turquoise and the brown. I like that contrast.
I do, too.
I think that's very beautiful.
And this one is really nice, kind of almost like a metallic.
Well, I know I bought that today. I did not
yeah.
have the metallic, and I really do like. And all the different colors. There's greens and
There is.
some yellows, and I love that.
Now that one's a little unusual.
That
I haven't
is.
seen that one very often.
It's actually an oil lamp, and this top piece is missing on that one. But you
Okay.
could still get like the, what do you call it?
Like the corks?
The corks.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
put
yeah.
in there. Yeah,
Sure.
right. Okay.
Now, did you know any of the employees there?
Well,
At the pottery?
I did. My mother had a friend, Annette Carpenter, and she
Okay.
painted there. And I didn't know
Oh.
that for a long time, but she was telling me, I think she painted like in high school.
Wow.
And then my husband's family, Harold Schultz and Shirley Schultz were brothers, and they
Okay.
both worked there. And we found out that Shirley worked there in the 50s.
Okay.
And then I'm not sure about the other one.
About Harold,
by
yeah.
Harold, okay. And I bought another piece, the tea set today. I've always loved the lady slipper.
I love the lady slipper too. I just bought one of the lady slippers from Steve.
Yes, and those are kind of hard to find.
Yes.
So, and today was actually my birthday. So
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. My husband got me that for my birthday.
That's a
today.
good present. That's a good present.
Yes.
Do you have
yes.
anything in particular? I know you said you like the animals. Is that your favorite thing to collect? Or
Probably the animals.
Yeah.
I love the animals. I tried to bring like a eclectic group of
Yeah.
the collection.
Yeah.
So people could see some different things.
Awesome. Do you know about how many pieces you have? Ish? 100,
Probably
500?
getting close to 400.
Oh my gosh. That is
Yes.
amazing.
My husband thinks I have a problem.
I don't think you have a problem. You just say buy more pottery is the solution. There's no problem.
I know.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking with us
Okay,
today. I
thank
appreciate it.
Oh,
You have
and
some beautiful
I was
pieces.
going to tell you,
Yes.
Brenda and I go on Fridays. We collect to look for
Oh,
pottery.
do you
She's
go to?
sitting over there.
Is
If you
she
wanna
sitting
get
over
her
here? Well, I
picture.
don't want to get sued, so I'll just leave her sitting in the chair over there. Do y'all go to like antique malls
We
or
go
what?
to estate sales in
Estate sales,
Knoxville
okay.
and antique stores. And
Okay.
since we're both retired now, that's our
You
Friday
can do that.
activity. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
that's an awesome thing, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right.
so
Thank you for
much.
talking to us. This is Jen McKeecher, and she and her husband Eric, who's not on camera, we are one of the Pigeon Forge Pottery collectors here today. Hello. Okay, don't see me. You didn't sign. So, you did sign. Okay, you're in the video. You're official now. So we are here at their table of lovely pieces, and just want to ask kind of how you guys got started with Pigeon Forge Pottery.
Well, in 1965, my parents honeymooned in Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg.
Yep.
And they happened to come across Pigeon Forge Pottery, and they fell in love with the little animal mugs.
Those are so cute.
So what they did was they bought one for each member of the family, for each of their parents.
Okay.
So my dad's dad was a doctor of chemistry,
Okay.
so he got the owl because very wise.
Very wise. Lots
And
of knowledge.
my mom's dad was a little trickster, and he got a fox.
Perfect.
He was a little sly fox.
Yeah.
I don't know what the others got, but I remember her telling me those. And then I grew up in Florida.
Okay.
And then when I moved up into the Carolinas, and my mom and my stepdad came to visit, and we took them over to the pottery. It was in the 90s.
Okay.
And I wish I knew then what I know now.
Right, right.
But so they got a couple more mugs to add to the collection that she had gotten over the years. And then in 2017, I want to say,
Okay.
my mom and my stepfather came up from Florida to live with us.
Okay.
They were older and needed some help.
Sure.
So my husband and I started going around and trying to help them find Pigeon Forge pottery. So my mom still loved the mugs. She liked the animals and the dogwood. And then my stepdad loved the little mice. So we started just going out and help look for some stuff.
Yeah.
And then one weekend we came from the Carolinas up to Pigeon Forge and looked in some of the antique places and met Teresa, who was an antique dealer.
Okay.
She had a shop, and she told us about the Pigeon Forge Pottery Collectors Group on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And from there, it was just history. So we, at the time, we thought it was bears and animals and mugs.
Yep.
And then we started seeing all the beautiful hand-thrown pottery that Mr. Ferguson and the other potters were doing, and
Yep.
we became addicted, and just
At least
all
it's
the
not a
different
harmful
uniqueness.
addiction.
No, exactly. Until you look in my house and you see there's
In my bank
dusting
account.
and-
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But yeah, that's how we got started, and all my parents are gone now,
Right.
but we still continue for them. I think we still love finding the mice
Yeah.
for my stepdad. And we still have the original. This is not one, but we
Yeah.
still have the original animal mugs that my mom.
Nobody's
had
been
gotten.
broken. They haven't dropped a mug over the
Not
years.
the mugs.
That's amazing.
We've lost a few pieces. We have cats at home and children.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now we just collect a lot of the hand thrown. Is what we prefer to collect now.
So are mugs a personal favorite to collect
Yes.
of yours?
Yeah.
Or do you have other things that you've come to love over the years yourself?
Well, I know that my favorite, I love the uranium pieces.
Oh,
So that's
yes.
the red.
Yes.
You remember back in the 50s and 60s, the Fiesta ware scare with the
Yes.
uranium pieces. So those are some of our favorite, not just because they're more rare, because
Yeah.
a lot of that got broken over the years, but the colors, when they're the red and the black,
Yes.
just love that.
Yes.
We love the crystalline. There's some
Yes.
beautiful pieces.
Yes.
In fact, we have a white crystalline bud vase that I walked right by. It just looked like any vase that you would buy.
Right.
And my husband, who's not on camera,
Right.
he for
for a second.
some reason, he thought, well, let me just pick it up. We've never seen that glaze
Right.
since, but it's one of our favorite pieces.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And the cats have it, or the kids have it.
No, so well, we lost a couple of bears in the
yeah.
beginning of collecting to
Yeah.
the children,
Yes.
and we lost one of our favorite crystalline vases to the cat, one of the cats. But
Silly cats.
But I think it's all worth it, the fact that we can have it all over our house and enjoy it, and our friends and family and the kids love it. To only lose one or two pieces over the years
It's
has
not
been,
bad.
yeah,
For how
not
long have you
bad.
been collecting now?
Oh, gosh.
30 years? 40?
Well, if you count my parents.
If you
then-
count your parents.
Yeah, we have been collecting ourselves for about 10 years.
Wow.
Or 8 years.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, as a family for many years. And my
That's
brother,
amazing.
he's up in Connecticut, and every now and then he'll find a piece and send it.
That's amazing. That's what Allison was saying earlier, that it's actually harder to find pieces locally, meaning Pigeon Forge, because we've had so many visitors, and it was there for 50 years
Yeah.
that people would visit and take them home. And you guys found a piece you were just explaining earlier, one of the little raccoons that you found up in Maryland, you said? Ocean Beach, Maryland?
Well, we found pieces in Texas. We
Oh,
found
wow.
pieces in Denver.
Wow.
So you never know. I
You
mean,
just never know.
So many people over the years come to the Pigeon Forge Gatlinburg
Yes.
area to vacation.
Most visited national park in the country.
Did not know that.
And just in Pigeon Forge, I think 2 years ago, we had 8 million visitors in Pigeon Forge alone.
Oh, wow.
So that doesn't count the combined Pigeon Forge Gatlinburg
Gatlinburg
or
area.
for the county.
Yeah.
So
This had always been an area where folks honeymoon.
absolutely.
From the north,
Yes.
from the south.
Well, my parents were from Chicago.
Yeah.
And so then they came down here to honeymoon from
Yeah,
Chicago.
we don't go
so.
north usually for our breaks. We usually just go further
Go down
south.
to the beach.
You know, exactly.
They come halfway down to the beach.
That's right. It is closer, and I think that's one of the draws too. We're so close to so many places to
Yeah.
visit, and the Pigeon Forge Pottery was just such a, Gatlinburg had a lot of, I call it see it made type tourism, where they had all their artisans were on the parkway, and you had your leather people and your broom makers and your quilters and your weavers, etc., candle makers, whatever. But not in Pigeon Forge. And back in the 40s when they started, there just wasn't a lot in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
There were some things, but it was mostly still cornfields, literally, and farms. So when Pigeon Forge Pottery came in, that was kind of like Gatlinburg had kind of been doing it a little, but it wasn't much in Pigeon Forge, and he sort of cornered the market with the Pigeon Forge Pottery.
Oh, see.
See it made type pottery. So or
That's a
type
great story. I
tourism.
did not know that.
Yeah.
I knew some of the kids got to come and watch him, at the wheel, and some of the potters at the wheel. But wow, that's great.
Yeah, they were just right there where everybody could see them. And I also learned earlier today, which is one reason we love to have these collectors group. Look what we've learned. And we're at the library, a seat of learning. The Fergusons actually had a little tiny shop on the parkway in Gatlinburg prior to their tobacco barn purchase in Pigeon Forge.
Oh,
did
I didn't
not
know
even
that.
know that. I
No.
know that.
That's what there's dishes that we were looking at, the bear paw dishes. They did sell them on the parkway.
Oh, that makes
Oh, that
sense.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally in Gatlinburg. You
Yeah.
have bear paw dishes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to need to see a picture of that.
Well, we just had some, and we had two, and they
Wait,
just
do you mean
got
like
sold.
the ashtrays?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Not this size. The
No,
No,
I know
yeah,
what
the
you're
little
talking
bear
about. I
paws.
know what you're talking
This
about.
is what we use.
Yeah.
I went dinner plate in my head. When we said dishes, I went dinner plate. And I was
Oh.
like, they had
Oh, no,
bears
that-
on plates?
No, but you know what's
would
amazing
love that.
is every now and then somebody in the group will post something that it's like I've never, as long as we've collected, never seen
Never
it.
seen that.
Never would have guessed.
That's part
So
of it.
it's always fun to find something
That is.
brand new that nobody's seen.
I love that.
Yeah.
And they were just so hardworking and industrious. They dug the clay. The whole thing.
And it became a family thing. So
It was a family thing.
Jane, the
Yes.
oldest, or I think she was the oldest daughter, became a potter.
Right.
And then Ardith, very involved as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's really neat to
It's
see.
very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we loved having you guys. Thank you for showing
Thank
us
you
your
for
pieces
letting
and
us
for
be here.
talking to us. And
Thank you.
we appreciate it. Thank you.
Pigeon Forge Pottery was when I was little, around 10 years old, back in 75. My grandmother and my great uncle went up to Gatlinburg to set up at a crafts fair they have on Airport Road at the convention center. They both went to Mr. Ferguson's table and came back with wrens, chipmunks, which by the way were first produced in 75, and a two-colored graffito vase in a thin hourglass shape. Back then it was tan and cream instead of black and white. My grandmother also bought a little brown hand-thrown pot that I have in my collection to this day. Jump forward to 95 and my parents gave me what I like to call one of the round-headed 4.5-inch tall owls with a speckled tan glaze from the 90s. At the time I was collecting arts and crafts, pottery like Rockwood, Van Briggle, Hampshire, Grubby, and others. The price had gotten so high, I knew I could no longer afford to buy pieces I wanted. So I began selling off old pottery over a course of several months. In January of 2000, I was at an antique mall in the upper part of Marietta, Georgia, and found a dated 1959 uranium vase by Douglas Ferguson and a little uranium pot by Ernest Wilson. Different colors, but both uranium. I didn't collect something like that. It was based close to where I grew up, Tennessee, so I started to look for it actively. A little later in the year, I had my first computer and soon found out about eBay. I started with different ages of pottery, but after a few years decided to concentrate on the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Decades with my main focus being on hand-thrown pieces. I still look for smaller animals like wrens, frogs, mice, and of course owls, which was my first love. 25 years later, I'm still collecting and enjoy it just as much as I did back when I could get out and about in the car. I have to rely on the internet for most finds, but you never know what you might come across unexpectedly. It keeps the thrill of the hunt alive. Over the years, I have had over 5,000 pieces of Pigeon Forge pottery, but have now whittled it down to around 400. We'll see if I can stick to that.
We are talking with Steve Lindley here, one of the Pigeon Forge Pottery collectors who's got some items on display today. Tell us a little bit about how you started collecting.
My background's in horticulture.
Okay.
Growing up in Florida, we didn't have dogwoods in South Florida, but I have always loved dogwoods. And my wife and I do some antiquing and ran across some pieces in some of the malls that had the dogwood from Pigeon Forge on them.
Okay.
And something like this with a dogwood pattern.
Yes.
So I picked up a few pieces along the way, and we were in Pigeon Forge at an antique store and asked the woman that owned the shop about Pigeon Forge pottery, and she was telling me that it was out of business, but the gentleman that has put together the collector's guide was working on it at that time, and she put me in touch with him.
And that was Allison?
That was Allison
That was
Burnett,
Allison.
yes.
Okay.
And so about 6 months later, I managed to get a copy from him, the book, which, as I jokingly say, created a monster because I had no idea they had done all of the other thing with the animals and the different glazes and shapes and sizes or whatever. So I went from initially 11 pieces to now over 1,700. So
So you're a little serious about it?
a little serious about
Serious.
it.
Do you collect anything else, or is this is
Oh,
what you do?
well, I have an interest in a lot of patriotic things like the Statue of Liberty and eagles and wrought iron trivets, and so yeah, there's a lot. But this is my main.
Close to your heart.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, do you have any particular type of pottery, Pigeon Forge pottery, that you like to collect?
Well, I still have a strong preference toward the dogwood pieces.
Yeah.
But I have collected the majority of those that I can find. So now I'm particularly fond of the double glazes with the blue with a brown drip over it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then I just got one here that is another one of my favorites, which is a white with a brown drip
that is beautiful.
glaze over it. So
Yes.
those, I mean, there are lots of others, but these are some that I particularly am drawn to.
Sure. And it's so thin. They're just so beautiful in the shape.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do.
Yeah, it is.
Or did, I should say.
It is. And you've got some of the lady slipper is one
The
of my
lady
favorites.
slippers, yes, yeah.
I love those. Show some of your pieces here. Now these are wall pockets.
Those are wall
Is that correct?
pockets,
Okay,
yes.
so they're flat on
They're
one
flat
side.
on back.
And you mount them on the wall, and you can. They are hollow. You can put some flowers
and
in.
they will put flowers in them, yes. Yeah. And there were 5 different base colors of them.
Okay.
So
What were they? Do you remember?
there is the sand or the gray.
Okay.
There is a brown.
Okay.
There's a pink, a green, and a blue.
Oh.
The green they weren't able to duplicate after their fire in the
57-ish.
57-ish. So those are much harder to come by in green, but
Got some nice owls too. Beautiful stuff.
like this is actually a bird bath.
Oh, I love it. I see the
3
the
holes that you can
yeah.
put a chain
so you can
on
mount
it.
it.
Yeah. Some people think it's a planter, but you don't have any drainage in it. So yeah, bird bath.
And as a horticulturalist, you would know that.
I would know that. Yes.
Thank you so much for talking
You're
to us.
welcome. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you. I am here with Miss Bertha Sadler, who is one of our Pigeon Forge Pottery Collector Group collectors. So tell us how you started collecting, Miss Sadler.
Well, I saw the pottery in the late 60s, and I went in the shop, and I loved everything in there. And my first buy was the 2 sizes of the walking bear,
Okay.
which I love, but I wanted them all. And my favorite are the animals.
Oh, that's your favorite to collect, is the
Yes, I
animals?
love the animals. And now I have so much, like 1,700 pieces.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And my living room is now called the pottery room.
Oh my gosh. And so you're kind of close to Nashville, kind of in that
Yes,
area,
I'm in
right?
Nashville, Tennessee, close to the Upperland Hotel.
And so do you just come up here and buy pieces? Like where do you buy your pieces?
I buy it all everywhere I can find it, online and in the antique shops and
Okay.
estate sales.
So you probably have a pretty good area to buy from being around Nashville. There's
Yes,
lots of choices,
yes,
I would think.
people bought things and brought them home for their souvenirs, and they put them in yard sales, and I buy them.
Well, thank you so much. It was great to talk to you today.
You're welcome,
And
Miss-
we appreciate you being here. Thank
One
you.
collection.